to the channel. This is the Ian West Network, and today we're going to talk about another product from Ross or just from Coby in general. Now, this headset normally retailed at $59.99 originally, but now you can find it as cheap as between $14.99 used or so, $19.99 new. That's what I paid for, $20. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is to give you and any other viewer a buyer's beware. Most people don't research what they buy, meaning you see a headset, you think it works, it comes in certain packaging, it could be very alluring based on how it looks, but quality of sound is something entirely different that people do overlook when buying products. And because you don't have the ability to just be able to buy something and know if it works well, that's what channels like this is for, to kind of warn you to stay away from this. So if you see this in a store, definitely stay away, and now we're going to talk about why. So first things first, we already did the price. Let me tell you let me show you the headset. I'm going to kind of do an open box. It's already open, but I'm going to show you what comes in it, and then we're going to talk about the pairing process amongst other things. All right, so first things first, this is the headset right here. I already took it out. Earbuds go right here. I have them inside the case. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but I have the earbuds inside of the case already. So I'm going to show you what's underneath it. All right, so this here is going to be your micro USB cable. You do have your your earbud tips. You have small and large right here. Medium is already on the headset. Normally this comes with a piece of plastic that fits over this housing right here with glue. So that way, when you see it inside of a store, you're able to flip this open and take a look at the headset itself. I took that out because it was just a pain to repack it. Plus, to be honest, these aren't that good to begin with. So I'm not sure if some reason my video was kind of cutting and freezing a little bit. So let me just do that again so you can see it. All right, so this is what we're going to talk about here. I'm going to open these up while I talk about it. So they do have auto pairing, meaning when you open up the case and you take these out of the headset, which you need to in order to sync them, they will power on and the lights will start blinking and they will automatically sync to each other. And then all you have to do is go to the Bluetooth itself and the settings and sync them. Now, what I will say is that they don't come up as Coby. They come up as CETW570 in the Bluetooth settings. So if you're looking for Coby and you're wondering why this headset isn't syncing, that's the reason why it's going to come up as the name of the actual Bluetooth itself rather than the manufacturer name. Also, these do have the volume button, volume up, volume down, power button, which doubles down as pause, play, and answer. Well, triples, pause, play, and answer and hang up calls. So that's 4 functions. Sorry about that. The case itself is USB, micro USB. I was about to slip up and say USB-C. No, it's micro USB. You do get 5.5 hours of battery life in the headset, but I'll say just be mindful, realistically 5. It alternates with talk time and playtime. Playtime could be music, audio, while talk time is an entirely different scenario. You do get 15 in the case. You do get a total of 20 hours total, which isn't bad at all. I'll admit, the battery life isn't bad. The case isn't too bulky. This case is smaller. Yes, it is smaller than a Beats case, but that's where the comparison stops. Nothing else about this is better than that at all. Like nothing. Actually, the design feels kind of cheap, but it's what you expect from a product. Now, even though I picked them up for $20, you have to remember this was originally released at like $60. Like really think about that. $60 for this. Actually, matter of fact, is the case still on the? I'm sorry, they were retailed originally like roughly. It says 40, even though I paid 20 for it. But when I looked online, I still saw them on $59, which would be impossible to sell at this price point, in my opinion. These are definitely Five Below headphones, if I've ever seen them. This is where they belong, where they're good enough, where they'll get you through the day. They will work. The connectivity is perfectly fine, but the quality of sound is just god awful. But before we get to that, let me tell you a little bit more about the case. So like I said, 5.5 hours of playtime. Right here, it'll see the R symbol and the left symbol, and these are your power dots. It'll blink blue when the headset is actually charging. So it'll let you know how charged the case itself is. Bluetooth range is 33 feet, so that's not bad. Bluetooth 5.0, and like I said before, you can activate Siri, you can activate Google and other things, voice prompts with your headset by holding the button. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Try not to laugh at this. The song I played was, I forgot the gentleman's name that made it, but he worked on the Doom soundtrack, both games, 1 and 2, Doom Eternal. The only thing they fear is you. Now, I use certain songs to be able to hear the bass and the quality of music and instruments and different things, and that's obviously not the best song for that. There are better songs for instruments, but I use that song for the bass, heavy bass, to see how staticky or how well a headset can actually handle that. These sound like I'm being choked underwater while getting punched in the face at the same time. I don't know how that sounds like, but that's what these headphones sound like. They're terrible. They're god awful. I did a review for, not a review, but a video just showing how it sounds when you do recordings in addition to phone calls. And to be honest, one of the major issues I had with these is that when I took them out of the case and put them back in, right, it would not disconnect from my headset. So I had to physically hold the power button to turn it off. Now, normally when you disconnect it and put it inside the case and close it, it does turn off on its own. At least that's what it's supposed to do. When I looked at the instructions, I didn't really find anything too important about that. It'll just let you know how to power it off, power it on, things like that. There's no intricate, what's the word I'm looking for here? You know what? Let's not use decent words for this product. This is a piece of garbage. It should be blunt. Now, Coby has never really made great headphones to begin with over the years. And we're talking long before wireless earbuds, like truly wireless earbuds. Even with corded headphones, they were always been, if we're on a scale of 1 to 10, they were a 5, which is average at best, like at maximum. Maybe you might have been able to buy an expensive headset and it was above average, but Coby was not a name brand I ever wanted to go to. It was always Sony or some other brand. And for them to get into the Air headphone game, I'm sure this product is probably a year or two old, more likely. It's no way, a current company is going to use USB, micro USB for their headset. USB-C is the current thing. These don't have quick charge. They don't have any decent features. As a matter of fact, let me just double check and make sure that I don't want to give anybody false information. No, they don't have quick charge. They have nothing. Call quality was terrible or average. No, I'm not going to say terrible. Average at best, call quality. Give it like a 5 out of 10 call quality, which is average. It doesn't excel in anything. It's just good enough where if you want to use something that hooks around the ear, this will do the job. I did run around with these, not in the gym, obviously, but just outside. I didn't have any issues with the falling out of my ear, and they actually were very, very comfortable, believe it or not. Again, the problem is that the quality of music sounds horrid. We're talking the left ear was higher than the right ear in bass. It sound, like I said, it sounded like a guy was choking. Imagine someone choking and then getting punched. That's what it sounds like. It's muffled. It's terrible. This is not a good headset at all. This is a terrible, terrible headset. Like, to be honest with the design isn't bad. It's basically a replica of Beats. All they did was steal the Beats replica and make this. Now, this came out before 2 years ago, like 3 years ago, then Beats stole it from them. But if this, realistically, a lot of companies make fake headphones based on AirPods and, Beats headphones, it's popular headphones. They try to jump on a craze, but they don't have the quality of sound to match it. And this headset does not, I repeat, does not have the quality of sound of anything. The Skull Candy Dimes that I had, which I hate those headphones because they're terrible, are way better than these by far. And that's saying something because those headphones are garbage. Don't get me wrong, Skull Candy makes much better headphones than the Skull Candy Dimes. I made a review of a couple and they're better. But with this particular headset, but at least the Dimes, I will admit, is for a particular type of person. It's not for the everyday earbud wearer. It's not for them. That's why I gave it such a harsh critique, because when you price your product with other products that are maybe $5 more, $5 less, and it destroys your product, we have a problem. Now, there is a new earbud headset called the JLab AirGo Pop or something, or JLab AirGo Pop, something like that. It's a new headset for $20. I've seen a review on that. Now, I can't wait to get these headphones. I love JLab products. I'm 100% positive that it's a million times better than this at $20. And that's the regular price. These happen to be priced more initially. And that's why I say, as a person that loves electronics, let me just put this right here so you can see what not to get. Do not purchase this for anyone. The thing about it is that a lot of people buy AirPods, Galaxy Buds. Anchor is really up and coming. They've been doing really well for the last couple of years with power banks and other things. You have JLab. You have a lot of, you still have Skull Candy in the running, believe it or not. You even have JBL, which charges way too much for their headphones, and they're not that good. But at least they still put some type of quality of sound in it. When you see stuff like this at a Ross, Superstore, not Superstore, but Ross or Burlington, different places, the average person isn't going to those stores for headphones. They're going there for clothes. That's what they're there for, shopping for their children. They may see this and pick it up. Because normally, along with electronics at Burlington and Ross, you'll see Nintendo Switch controllers, you'll see PS4 controllers, you'll see PS3, little things that you can pick up that will work for your system. The problem with this is that you'll see this next to those name brand products and say, well, since that's here, this shouldn't be that bad. And that's not the case. So when someone buys a headset like this, they get turned off. Instantly, they say, well, this is junk. Then they'll buy AirPods. They'll buy something so high priced, like you can still do the middle ground, but they won't trust products that they've never heard of necessarily because mainstream is Apple, mainstream is Samsung. Google. I can't even say the Pixel is really mainstream when it comes to earbuds. I do like the Pixel Buds A's, but they're not as popular, obviously, as other brands. LG used to be popular, and they decided to just keep making ugly over-the-head headphones, over the neck. They're obsolete now, and they still charge premium prices for that headset, which you're insane if you pay for that. It's not worth it anymore. But again, preference is to each person. But what I will say is that I had a video. I actually re-recorded this video because I said I didn't even want to waste the time of just hurting your ears with the quality of sound. This is terrible. This is one of the worst headsets that I've come across in a long time. I'd rather use I forgot what those buds were called that I did a review on. It's these kitty looking unicorn headphones that I did from Five Below. They had better sound than this. They barely connected because they had connectivity issues, and I'd still rather use that than this. This is garbage. This isn't even trash. This is what the trash leaves behind, the trash juice. This is what this is. Do not purchase this. Unless you see this for $4.99 and you just want to surprise someone that knows nothing about technology, then you get it for them. I'm telling you now, for $20 at the store, you can go buy the JLab Ergo Pops. They're just, I don't know if they're released yet, but the reviews on it. Or you could just go buy the Go Air for $30. And $24.99 on sale. They're still better than this by far. This is, wow. Like I can honestly say that this is a terrible product. Like, it just goes to show that these companies do not know how to deal with their consumers. They do not care. They're just trying to make a quick buck. And this is the result. This is the result. This is terrible. Like I can't even express how bad this is. This is really bad. This is Boruto bad. Like, if you compare a Naruto show and then you look at Boruto, like, I understand some people like it, but it's garbage. Like, when you compare the two, obviously they're two separate shows that shouldn't really be compared because they're two different type of characters. But it's kind of like I had expectations for something, and over the years they delivered to a certain extent, and then now, this is worse than a filler episode in anime. I don't even know how to describe how bad these headphones are. They're terrible. Anyway, that is the review. I'm not even going to waste time doing a sound check. To be honest, I should have just came in this video and said, this is garbage. If you see this, throw it in the garbage. Take it, find it at Ross. Have them put it in the garbage for you. It's terrible. Also, if you go to Ross, which is where I purchased them, they also have these in white if you're still inclined to purchase these. Put it this way. If there's someone that you don't like, buy them these. All right, that's the end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.